Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I'm going to sound a little bit different today because I do not have access to my normal microphone. It has basically been just straight up muted and it is out of my way now. Greetings and wonder and hello. How's everybody doing? I'm assuming that everybody can hear me just fine. Oh, boy. Well, everyone, the hour has finally arrived. The hour has finally arrived. That's right. You're not going to get to see me. You're not going to get to see me for this first half hour because, like, the camera setup is so bizarrely strange. Okay, so you're just going to watch the happy little Wasteland thing spin with the spinning DNA for the first half hour of the stream, okay? Because the whole goal here is to make certain that as many people have shown up as possible during the vote process, okay? Hello, everyone. Are you trolling? No, I'm not trolling. 30 whole minutes of William Sprite on screen. God. Listen. I had it was such a hassle. I took yesterday off, okay? I took yesterday off to set up this stream. That's how much work went into it. I had to completely move a bunch of stuff in my office. I had to move things around. The setup it's sufficient, okay? It's sufficient, but it's also really awkward in my office now. So we can't really be doing anything. Listen, I have put so much work into this, and trust me, it will be a train wreck because I can't paint, okay? I can't paint. But that's not the point. The point is not whether or not we can whether or not I can paint. The point is whether or not you can, whether or not you guys contributed to charity, which you did. You did contribute to charity, which is why we're doing this. We have, I think, 4 votes. Squid, God. You did do a bunch, NB. You did do a bunch. And I'm very thankful for the fact that you went and put that work in, you know? I'm very grateful for the amount. Where do we vote? All of the voting will be happening right here in the Twitch chat, okay? Because the YouTube side of chat there were never any links over there. Nobody was ever able to donate over on YouTube. I don't think that everybody ever came through on YouTube. So also, YouTube actively suppresses the stream on YouTube because there aren't enough subscribers to the channel. People don't know this. Like, I don't want to get off on a wrong foot or be like negative or anything like that, but YouTube actively suppresses streams if you have fewer than 1,000 subscribers. And the YouTube channel does not have 1,000 subscribers. So it actively suppresses the stream, and it also says that a limited number of people can watch, and people can only watch for so long, I believe. I don't know about that last one, but there's a reason why I'm putting more effort, like I'm publishing things on the secondary YouTube channel, which if you didn't know, I've been doing a Hightail Let's Play on that secondary YouTube channel, like as a published series. So, like I'm trying to get more subscriptions to that channel just to make it work better and play better with like the rules that YouTube has set up for everything. So, but that's a thing. So for all of these reasons, Twitch is where everything is happening. Twitch is where the voting is going to happen, and that's really where I expect most of the interaction to be, as many of you are proving right now because you're showing up and you're chatting. My word, like this is a colorful chat. I'm seeing, well, honestly, I'm seeing mostly purple, blues, and reds. I don't see any names that are green or yellow or like they're all purple, blue, and red. A little bit of pink too, but I have a ratchet who is very upset that he can't get into the office. Like whenever I spent a considerable amount of yesterday grabbing, like arranging the office and getting it all proper. And then because the cameras are just perfectly placed, I was like, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of messing with my cameras here. What I'm gonna do is close the door so nothing moves. Nothing moves. So now everything is right where it belongs, and I had to shut the door, and the Ratchet hates it. Ratchet hates the situation with the well, yeah, he absolutely hates the situation that I have here where he can't get into the office because he loves wandering in here and looking around. And it's super interesting now because everything has moved. Like you rearrange a room and a cat thinks that it's the most incredible and amazing thing ever, okay? Oh, look at that, Eli. You figured out how to make your name green. And NB is now, Eli is yellow, NB is green. Well, look at that. I'm fancied out. I'm Tev color. See, Tev, the funny part is, whenever I see your name next to Squid, Squid is the Tev color. Tev, you are a lighter shade. You are closer to pink than you are to like the strange reddish purple. Crow's got the strange reddish purple for me. Excuse you. No, no, it won't. No. The color is called goldenrod. God. I'm the dark magenta. Tev is magenta and I'm pink. I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that I guess the color grading is super high quality on my monitor compared to the rest of you plebeians. Gonna start biting. Okay, Philistine. Oh, this is a good time. We've still got roughly a half hour. Well, half hour. We've got about half of a half hour, quarter of an hour, 15 minutes or so before we're going to start the voting. Okay. I just want to make certain that everybody who has an opportunity to that people have an opportunity to vote. I want people to have an opportunity to vote, and I want to make certain that there's a sufficient number of people hanging around. I don't know how long it'll take for like us to. Hopefully it doesn't backfire, you know, because not much of anything interesting is happening right now. Eli is mutant colored. Until you share your screen, I'm fishing in Skyrim. Now you see, fishing in Skyrim is an interesting thing to me because I never did it. Like they introduced that whole mechanic after I had basically checked out of the game. Also, Will, I was misled and thought we'd be voting within the first 30 minutes. No, we'll be voting at the end of 30 minutes to make certain that everybody, I want people to be like, oh, well, as long as I get here by or something. I don't know. Have I ever told you that I'm really bad at the advertising aspect of all of this, where I have to communicate information first? The point was, we will vote after 30 minutes because 30 minutes is enough time for a decent number of people to get in. You know, get in, find your seats, sit there, wait. What's that? Bad at social media? I'm just going off of how you explained it to me. Well, you see part of my problems here? You see part of my problems? Like clearly, like this was a miscommunication. Clearly, this was a miscommunication. The voting happens after 30 minutes. 30 minutes into the stream is when voting happens. I thought that I was clear about that. Clearly not. Clearly not. I'll accept responsibility for that. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to accept responsibility for that. What on earth are these things? Sigh. You said yes, Tev dear. Maybe I can take a quick shower. Strife, you messed this all up. Listen, I would. That's all I have to say. But here's the thing, like after the voting is done, we're not ready to paint just yet, because at that point in time, I will be loading up my palette with the paint necessary. I don't want to bore you guys with like sitting there prepping a palette of paint to work with, because what palette I use is what type of paint I use is dependent upon how the vote comes. Otherwise, I would have had all of this done ahead of time. Community input, while fantastic and fun and very important in a lot of different manners, also complicates things. I mean, he's good enough that she did say yes. We don't know that that wasn't under duress. For fuck off. Leave me be. We both know that Tev is more powerful than Strife. Don't do this to me. Do not do this to me. So if anything, it was pity. You guys think you're so clever here, do you? So rude. So remarkably rude. I felt that burn. Sizzle. Yay. I can stop him from capitalizing the whole world. That's how I cook. Oh man. Okay, so here's a story for you. Tev and I went out to sort out some errands yesterday, okay? We went out to sort out some errands, and for like roughly a year or so now, it feels, we've been going to a local diner that has multiple locations. You know, I guess that technically makes it franchise, but at the same time, it's like not, it doesn't exist outside of the city we live in. So we've been going to a local diner, and we've been there so much. We were like, man, I would really like to go out and get something since we're out. And a regional franchise? Oh, hardly regional. Not even that much. Doesn't get outside of the city. So we've been to this place too much, and we were like, man, like there must be something else. And there was a new place that had like a pun in its name, and we were like, well, let's give that a shot. That we can loop around to it, man. And I gotta say, I love going to local restaurants, because this place is not franchise. It's like, no, like they basically bought, you know, like one of the spaces in a strip mall or they're renting a space in a strip mall. And it's like, yep, this is our restaurant now. And man, there's just something special, especially whenever you know that it's like, oh yeah, this is like a super small, maybe even family restaurant that just opened up and it's good. Because there's a big difference between opening up a place brand new versus like, oh, that one place that's been there for decades and it stays open and it is a hole in the wall and everybody knows that the food there is good, you know? So there's such a huge difference between those two. But man, to have got this like breakfast bowl or something, I forget what it was called, you know? But Tev gets this breakfast bowl and like, I looked at it and I was like, that's pretty nice. It had a little bit of spice to it, had a little bit of a Mexican zing on it, you know? Meanwhile, I got a Belgian waffle, a couple of eggs and some bacon. Oh, that was so good, man. Oh, a Belgian waffle, the thing that like, it's a waffle as big as the plate and super thick. It's like more than an inch thick. It's like one to 2 inches thick. 1 to 2 inches of waffle, man. That's so good. And then you just drown it. You drown it in freaking syrup. Sure, you haven't really had breakfast. You've had dessert for breakfast. So good. It was a breakfast bowl with hash browns on the bottom, crumbled sausage, and onions and bell peppers. Ugh, stop. This isn't fair. No, it's totally fair. I'm just telling you what I had yesterday, and I don't get to eat today. Actually, today, oh, here's a follow-up. I had potato bread for breakfast. There's a potato bread recipe that I can do. And man, this potato bread is wildly good. Like wildly, wildly good. Partially because it has like 3/4 of a stick of butter in it. Like this bread has more in common with like confection than it does with normal food. It's just so much butter in the thing. And I'm just like, that's a lot of butter in a loaf of bread, but at the same time, holy crap, is it good bread. The last time that I took an edible, I had some of this, like I had a really pathetic looking version of this loaf because it stuck to the pan, and I'm still working on that, trying to get the bread not to stick to the pan. The oiling it is not doing it's not doing enough. So anyways, I had a half broken loaf of potato bread, and then I took an edible, you know, and that stuff was a special type of amazing. Parchment paper, dude. Well, that's just it, NB. That's exactly what I thought to myself this second time when doing the bread. I was like, I was supposed to put parchment paper in these. I completely forgot to put parchment paper in these. What is wrong with me? You don't bake in parchment paper? I always did my sourdough loaves with the parchment inside the Dutch oven, which is totally the right thing to do. That's not necessary for my normal whole wheat loaf. But for this potato bread, the dough is just far too sticky. I do need to be using parchment paper. I'm just not used to that because the normal loaf that I make doesn't use it. Or it's not necessary for the other loaf of bread that I make. Anyways, man, there is something amazing about this potato bread. I freaking love it. Slice into it and it's just like, oh my God, this is like melted. This is like a buttered potato in my mouth. That's what it is. Toasted? Didn't know I could get something more impressive. So freaking good. You silly bitch, you forgot parchment paper. Squid, you say that and I immediately hear it in Goggle's voice. I just want someone to feed me for once. Man, you gotta get someone to be. You gotta get your husband to be obsessed with like taking care of and maintaining a cast iron pan, because that's what did it for me. I think I told this story last week that like we were visiting Tev's father, and we were going back to his place after like going to his steakhouse or something, and he's in the process of opening the front door, and I just look over and I see a rusted out cast iron sitting on his front porch, and I'm like, that's a rusted cast iron. And he was like, you want it? And I was like, sure. So he hands it to me, and then I took the thing home, and I had to like sand this thing and like get it up to and re-season the whole thing. So like it's a whole thing now. It's like it is my go-to pan in the kitchen because I got it when it was all rusty and I had to fix it. I have more association with it. So like I was already cooking Sunday breakfast for Tev, but now it's like, no, it is my responsibility, because the other part of it is that Tev doesn't like cooking on the cast iron. That's her prerogative, you know? Okay, cool. I think her main problem with it is the fact that cast irons just take a long time to heat. Like you have to let the cast iron heat up. So it's like, okay, turn on the stovetop and wait for 10 minutes for the cast iron to actually get properly hot, you know? And if you don't have the patience for that, I totally understand. But for me, I'm like, no, you let that cast iron heat up, because that's how you get your even heat, man. The even heat. Hello, Goggles. You rang, you silly bitch.
Ooh la la.
Thank you very much for gifting that sub to Goggles, NB. 60 gift subs in the channel. All right, this is actually a good opportunity for me to bring up an important point. I am going to shut off all cheers and notifications, okay? Oh my God, we got a hype train. Oh boy. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to know. When the painting starts, I'm gonna shut off all cheers and notifications. You won't be able to hear or see any updates about cheers and notifications when the painting starts, because I will be recording this and we'll see whether or not I can get an edit of it out as a proper video. I don't know if it will happen. Tev, my second wife. Wait a minute, who's your first wife? How much money do we have now until voting? I don't even know how to respond to that, NB. I do not know how to respond to that. Does this put me in the first wives club? Blows a kiss. Crow can be her wife. I meant time. How much time? Strictly speaking, we're supposed to start voting right now. But you know what? I'm gonna wait until the hype train is expired. So as long as you don't contribute anything else, we can get to the actual voting. Okay? So we have a little bit less than 4 minutes. If you just wait for 4 minutes and do nothing, that's all you have to do, chat. Nothing. Stop cheering. Stop subscribing. I can't believe I'm saying these things. That's all it takes, okay? That's all it takes. 4-minute shower, NB. Could anybody take a shower in 4 minutes? I don't think that I could take a shower in 4 minutes. Are we talking about like you start the stopwatch and you're like, are you already naked standing outside of a shower that's already warmed up and running? Because if that's the case, maybe I could do it. But it's like, no, 4 minutes to shower, go. And I have to go start the water? No, it's not happening. Not in this house anyway. It takes like 2 minutes for the run of hot water to actually get to the shower. So I know my ass couldn't. I can't shave my legs in that time without cutting myself up. Hell no. I'll probably vote, shower with the stream on, and then hop back on. Good, good. You have a plan. Hello, Helio. How are you doing? Don't worry. It's fine, everyone. Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing will go wrong. I did try to speedrun shaving as a teen. Oh my god, never again. You ever considered laser hair removal? Because that's a thing. I don't know if anybody would. I don't know if it's a good idea to give it a shot, but that's a thing. I almost passed out from blood loss. No one was home. Oh my, geez, NB, talk about, oh, I'm happy that you lived through it. You learned your lessons as a, well, I mean, to a certain degree, that's what childhood is. Learning 1.5 million lessons the hard way, you know? By the way, I'm a bit curious. How does the microphone sound to all of you? Personally, I am not a huge fan of the lav mic because I can hear a decided difference. It doesn't catch the baritone in my voice as well. But the microphone sounds. Yes, that is very helpful feedback, Lying. Very helpful feedback. I also pass out when I see blood, so it was just enough to cause panic. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, now that's a fascinating thing for me to learn. Like I don't think I've ever met anyone who passes out at the sight of blood. I've heard of it my whole life. I've never met anybody who actually does it though. So, all right, that was the hype train, or at least the opportunity. It was the essence of a hype train. It didn't actually arrive. It threatened to leave the station, and then nothing happened. Okay. Chat. We're past the 30-minute mark. There's a reasonable number of you here. It is now time to do our voting, okay? It's just bloob. Yes, bloob. Let's vote. All right. So we have a series of votes to do here, okay? Let's see, which one of these was manage poll? Here we go. All right, create a new poll. What are we doing here? I just have to copy a series of things. And here's the scary part, okay, chat? I don't know what you guys are going to give me, because it's possible for you to do something absolutely heinous, okay? Now, these are going to be a series of 1-minute votes, okay? Unfortunately, I can't give you the full details about a lot of this stuff because I'm not allowed to put very many characters in each of these. Okay. And you are going to be able to put your thumb on the scale if you have a whole bunch of points, okay? Because you can use the solutions in this channel to vote. Are you ready for this? Okay, this is 1 minute long. Here we go. We'll start with the first poll. First poll is in. For this first round, we're looking at what the sky weather, because you have to lay down the sky before you can lay anything else down. It has to be the sky that you work on first, okay? So of course we have the four options. Do you want it to be in the summer? Do you want it to be in autumn? You know, summer's going to have those warm colors, bright yellows. The autumn, the warmish, earthy colors. Winter, the cooler color scheme, you know, the blue and the white. Or do we do the apocalypse? Dark colors, fiery orange highlights and stuff like that, you know? Poll has ended. Look at that, poll has ended. Well, you guys, I don't know what to say. You like, this is worth, like, the title here is Painting the Wasteland, and you chose winter. You chose winter. What's wrong with you, chat? What is wrong with you? All right, well, there we go. All right, well, of course, we have to move on. We have to move on. Now we only have, I think, 3 of these to get done. Okay, we only have 3 of these to get done. But we're going to be doing the first one in winter, which is a bit surprising. I didn't know that I was going to be going for the winter, you know? But we have to choose a setting next, okay? We have to choose a setting because, of course, it's not good enough to just have a season. You have to have an actual place, an actual location, okay? So it's time for our second. It's our second vote now, okay? The first vote was the season. We came out with winter. Now it's the second vote, the setting. It's the background, okay? And you can still use solutions for this. It's going to last 1 minute. The setting and the background. What's it going to be? Cast your votes now, okay?
Ooh la la.
Oh my. Thank you so very much for that subscription there, Tatsu. Subscribe for 70 months. Hi, Strife. I see you're having fun painting. I am still in the setup phase of it. I'm still in the setup phase. And you can do some of the you can start voting on one of the components there. Didn't pop up until it was done here. Now it's up. Okay, so is there a delay problem? I can give the next poll 2 whole minutes just to be certain. Okay. But here we go. Okay, the results should be in now. The poll is ended. The poll is ended. A destroyed town. Nobody voted for wintry mountains. Okay. Of course, that's sensible. That is so very, very sensible. Okay. Go ahead and modify some of my notes here. I need to have this information ready to go. But here's the thing, we're not done yet, okay? We're not done yet. there have to be some features inside of this painting, okay? There has to be some sort of feature inside of this painting. It's not good enough to just have a setting and, you know, it's not good enough to have a theme of, you know, like what season is it, and then a setting. It's also necessary to have some interesting elements in there. So, like, you know, are like maybe some structures. Structures are easy to do. People less so. In fact, you guys don't get to vote on animals and creatures because, unfortunately, they're like that was a later stage thing. So there we go. So here's the deal. This next one, we're going to go ahead and extend the vote time by 1 minute. We're going to double the vote time, okay? We're going to double the vote time. So this next question, this next vote, is what type of an element do we want to dress up the situation? Because we have the first two answers. It's winter and a destroyed town. What's going to be the type of extra things? Which is going to be interesting because a destroyed town is mostly just buildings. I did not expect destroyed town to win, but we'll see. Let's see how this is going to turn out. What's the next element that needs to be put in here, huh? We got four options there. Is it going to be a fishery, a cottage, a cabin, a wasteland hovel? All of this doesn't seem to match all that well with the chosen option of destroyed town. It's all of the art I ever see. It's all winter apocalypse. Well, don't look at me. I don't know who decided to spend the farm to make certain that we end up getting the winter option, because somebody really spent a lot of points there. There are as many people in this chat as there were votes for the winter option. Remember, if you have points, you can spend them right now, okay? If you have solution points, go for it. It's not like there's a lot of uses for them during the stream. In fact, there's a very limited number of uses for points during the stream. Something that I should probably get to work on. But unlike some people who are extremely successful here on Twitch, I don't actually have a significant amount of, I don't have a significant amount of time to dedicate to improving my streams. I like to think of things other than streaming. So, all right. Well, that poll is finished. What are the results? Oh, the fishery won with 102 votes. Who all here is, oh my word, Eli contributed 16,800 channel points. Oh my word. Holy crap. Talk about, this is democracy at work right here. Somebody bought the vote. Fishery got 102 votes. Cabin got 101 votes. All right. For this last vote, there will be no, and I repeat, no vote purchasing. Okay? I didn't realize that this was the situation, that there was that. We have some whales in chat, and I did not give this a proper thought, okay? And that is on me. Okay. Now we need something in the foreground. All right, chat? something in the foreground, all right? And there will be no additional votes. And for that reason, the voting is only going to last for 1 minute for this last one, okay? Oh, so much copying and pasting. Thing is, there's all sorts of fun and interesting things that you can do for dressing up the foreground, okay? Golly, I'm fighting against the character limit here. Some of the options are going to be a little bit awkward, and I think I know which one is going to win. All right, so there will be no vote purchasing for this last one. Go ahead and start this last poll for the foreground. A nice, unique, extra element here. Blew them last time on the stupid flag. Oh, I'm so sorry, NB. Can't believe you're already instituting vote reform. Cottage was the clear choice. Oh, my word. Okay, well, we have 4 options here for painting the foreground, which is we could do a small fishing boat, and we're gonna be at a fishery here. And then we've got, we have shrubbery, plants, etc. That's the second option. Water elements like a lake or a river, you know. Don't know how clear that is with the way that the character limit that I had to work with. Or a Nuka-Cola machine. The real question here is, none of these things are Deathclaw. Yeah, because the last option, which we didn't reach with our goals, was animals. Animals are hard to paint, so I put them high up on the list. All right, what did the result? The result is as obvious as can be. Nobody wanted water elements. That got 0 votes. There was 1 vote for the fishing boat. And then there were 2 votes for the shrubbery and plants. But the real winner here is the Nuka-Cola machine at 6 votes. That's pretty impressive. That's not bad. That's pretty good. All right, voting is now complete, okay? Voting has finished. It is time now for me to compose my palette of colors and come back. And also finish with my costume as well, because that's an important one. Who's to say the fishery isn't actually next to a Nuka-Cola waste dump? I mean, I don't think Nuka-Cola had waste dumps, so... So we have a cold color scheme, okay? The setting is winter. The season is winter. That's dedicating our overall color palette. And it is in a destroyed town. A destroyed town. And it is we're somehow at a fishery. We're not at a lakefront. That is an important detail. We are not at a lakefront. I went and highlighted the wrong thing. Hang on. There we go. Looks outside. Same thing. Yeah, I know. It's not great. Okay. Perhaps the lake is dried up. I'm gonna have to figure some of this out as I go, okay? Like one of the beautiful things about what, oops, knock that off my desk. Oop. just slipped out of my hand. I got Butterfingers. One of the most exceptional things about Bob Ross is the fact that he pre-painted everything that he made, and then he would do it on camera, and then he would go back and do it a third time. So there are 3 copies of every painting that he ever did. Man. This is literally NB's backyard. I have more faith you can draw a box than water features and shrubbery. How rude! I'm so sick of snow and cold making me crabby. Crabs are also red. I'm gonna put a Mirelurk in mine. He was also in the military. I believe he was in the Air Force. I believe Bob Ross was Air Force. All right, Chad. So what I gotta do now is I have to mix up the paint, which is gonna be a bit of an experience. Like whenever I say mix, I mean literally just getting the acrylic tubes out, and I'm trying to think through how to do this, because I got 60 acrylic paint set here, and I have another set of 18 colors. I don't know what I've gotten myself into. Squeeze them tubes onto your board. Yep, there will be plenty of squeezing. Trust me. Okay. This is one of the things that if I was not doing this as a stream, I would if I was not doing this as a stream, I would have done this ahead of time, because this part is something that I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm uncertain of what to use. Like selecting colors is a really, really big and important component of painting, you know? It's a hugely important part of painting. Oh my word. I have too much stuff on my desk. I have so much stuff on my desk. All right, so first things first, we had a winter palette, right? Okay, so we're definitely gonna need blue. Go ahead and... Ooh, look at that, titanium white. I remember Bob Ross always talking about titanium white. And what else are we gonna need in here? It's a destroyed town. So we've got some silver, probably use that. We've also got, let's see, we've got a lot of colors here. What else are we gonna need? We're gonna need a red. I've got something here called Rose Madder Hue, M-A-D-D-E-R, Rose Madder. Okay, so we got something like that. Aha, here we go. We're in a layer of paints that are extremely green now. What size is the canvas? I think it's 20 by 16. I think it's 20 by 16. I don't quite remember. I can see the cameras on my screen already. I forget that I haven't turned it on for you guys. Hello, Extrema. Greetings, Cooler. Welcome to the stream. I think I need to limit myself to like 8 colors, roughly. I'll try to work with 8 colors, okay? But of course, there's nothing wrong with me adding more as I go. Van Dyke Brown. That's a good question. Do I have Van Dyke Brown in here? Yeah, I do. I have Van Dyke Brown in here. Like, I look down, I have the browns right next to me right now. And it's just like, oh, look, that's Van Dyke Brown right there. I'll take that along for the ride too. Okay, Van Dyke Brown. What else do we have as options here? The internet is a series of tubes. Golly. Is that a happy little mud crab? Okay, so it's a fishery. We've got browns and we've got gray for various types of buildings. This is a destroyed town in the middle of winter. It's a destroyed town with a fishery and a Nuka-Cola machine. You know, I should probably have a version of green as an option on the palette because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors so far. So we'll grab a little bit of sap green there, yeah? Sap green. And because it is a good idea, I have 2 more colors to choose from here. We'll go ahead and grab black, because why not? Have it, like I need some grap. Grap? Black. I saw sap and I thought black and I said grap. 4, 6, 7 of them. I have 1 more to choose. Let's look for a yellow, because I should probably have a yellow tone amongst everything here. We will do bright yellow. Okay, cool. So that's all of our colors selected. That's beautiful. And this plastics tray will not hold together because it has been crushed. The plastic tray that all of these acrylic paint tubes came in. Okay. What else do we have here? I have enormously large acrylic paint tubes here. Vermilion red, straight up red, lavender, orange, yellow, blush, black, burnt umber, burnt sienna, violet, ultramarine, Cruella blue. Oh, a huge tube of sap green, deep red, orange ochre, yellow, lemon yellow, and white. And what's this other one? What? I can't see it. Rose pink. Well, that's not something I expected. Rose pink. Okay, so these larger tubes are something that I'm not going to end up using. I don't know how much of this is getting picked up on my mic here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 1 more track for you guys while I go ahead and load up this palette. And, well, I say 1 more track. I'm going to go ahead and start a playlist. We'll listen to a little bit of music while I prep the palette and finish with my costume prep. And then we will actually begin to paint. Yeah, then we will begin to paint, okay? So we've got a little bit more to go. I'm sorry that this is taking so long, an hour already. Come on. Come on, computer. Windows 10 hates launching anything these days. Windows 10 is like, I don't want to work. You're supposed to upgrade me to Windows 11. If you don't upgrade me to Windows 11, I'm going to burst into flames. You know, lovely. So here we go. I'm going to play the music and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, guys. Painting time is right around the corner.
All right, everyone. Are we ready? I hope you're ready. Because it's time for a bit of magical painting. Just need to make certain I can see a couple of my notes clearly here. All righty. Hey everyone, my name is Rob Goss, and today we're going to be painting a nice little thing on this wonderfully dry canvas that I've done nothing to, okay? Today, we're going to be making a nice winter scene, okay? And the way that we're going to start that, I'm going to take a little bit of white here. I'm going to take a little bit of blue. We're going to mix that up. Get a little bit more white in there. A little bit more blue too. Look at that. Go ahead and work that together. Get a nice light blue tone. Scrape it together. Oh, my hands are shaking. I've had too much coffee this morning. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, okay. That's what we're talking about. With a nice large brush, just gonna load that up. Frankly, this probably isn't a large enough brush for what I need, but we're just gonna go ahead and start pulling down, okay? A little bit too much paint over there. I'll try to get a nice even tone here. Acrylic on canvas isn't exactly a great idea to go for. I don't know how to paint. But you know what? That doesn't stop me from trying. See this? Like I said, this isn't anywhere near a large enough paintbrush. Probably not enough paint to get the job done either. But you know what? What matters is that we're having fun. We just enjoy ourselves. Try to make a nice, not all together, not altogether beautiful, but happy little environment here. There we go. There we go. Just wanna put some paint in there. You wanna try to get the best that you can, even if you don't know what you're doing. Go ahead. Get a bit more blue. I'm gonna need a lot more white than that. Oh my. Oh. Mix that up. Try to get a bit more here. All right. Oh boy. That acrylic paint, it don't want to blend. What have I done? Let's go ahead and get a little bit of water in that. Maybe it'll blend a little bit better that way. Oh, look at that. It's thinning out a bit. Yep. Pulling out. It's pulling out just a little bit. I understand why you're supposed to wipe this with a whole layer of wet titanium paint now. It's for the blending. I'm a digital artist. This is something that I don't have any type of real understanding of what exactly it is that I'm doing, but there's nothing wrong with giving it a shot. And that's the important part, that you have the capability to just have whatever type of fun you want, wherever you want it, whenever you want it. Wow, that is so remarkably hard to blend. I'm learning all sorts of things already. See that? That is a terrible skybox right there. But it's my skybox. And it's not like the other skyboxes that other people paint. You know, I had a friend. He likes to make himself out as a lizard in online communities. Calls himself Nifty. Shared with me an entire book of painting tips. I didn't open it once. And look at me. I'm still painting nonetheless. Trying desperately to blend some of these colors, just making the canvas wet in the process. And you know what? If you don't know what you're doing, just load it up with some more paint. It goes perfectly fine. And by perfectly fine, I mean it's not going fine at all. In fact, we'll just load this up with even more paint and just keep pulling that around. Try to reduce some of the white space in this, you know? There's a lot of white that's just blended in with all of this. More paint. More paint fixes everything. It's lovely like that. I'll go ahead and put a bit more of that in. Keep loading up the brush. Oh, I got acrylic all over my fingers now. Oh, look at that. Someone think I just went out and dipped my fingers in a blue Hawaii. Oh, that's okay. That's pretty good. I wish I could beat the dickens out of this thing, but I can't. My glass here is a bit. Try to get the blue out of that. It's just full of water. I need turpentine. I don't have any of that. Poorly prepared. That's the best way to describe my my setup here. That is a thoroughly blue brush that I cannot get unblue now. I should have brought some turpentine, some paint thinner. But you know what? That's just what we're dealing with today. And that's getting stuck to the that's getting stuck to my painting cloth there. All right. So we have a cool color scheme, nice and blue, all in the sky. But here's the thing. We need a destroyed town, okay? So the next thing that we got to do is we got to get a nice, clean look back here. And even though we've got a blue brush, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit more mixing, okay? We're going to go ahead and grab a little bit of brown here. We're going to grab a little bit of green. Oh, that doesn't want to load up onto the paint, onto the knife. Grab some more green. Go ahead and mix that up. I want a greenish brown for the ground. Okay. go. We're going to take that same dirty brush that's all blue. And we're going to come up from the bottom now. And we're going to find ourselves a nice horizon, okay? What's 3-point perspective or 2-point? I have no idea. We're just going to come along here. We're going to find ourselves a horizon. And by horizon, I mean a space that is just where the ground meets the sky, okay? Don't worry, I'm just using one side of the brush here. I'm stretching that paint out as much as I can because I certainly didn't put enough on my art palette. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, incredible equipment. Just the incredible way that you can start this all up. See that? Look at that. We have a semblance of an actual setting now. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful right there. See? See, I've already learned my lessons from up here. I've got a better hold on what I'm doing with acrylic paint. I haven't held a brush in 15 years. That's how long it's been since I've been in high school. Closer to 20, actually. Go ahead and load that up. Load that up with some more paint. Just keep on stretching more of it in. There you go. It's very, very light. Very light. I don't want to put too much paint in. I'm trying to make it go further. I really want that whiteness of the canvas to come through. I don't want anyone to think that I'm over here as a rich painter. I'm a starving artist, you know. Please buy my stuff because I'm trying to make my bills. I want people to think whenever they look at this guy really didn't know what he was doing. But by word, he was trying. All right, let's try loading this even harder. Because I don't know that I have enough paint to get done what I want to try to do here. I'm understanding why the bigger tubes would have been a better plan by now. Oh, there we go. Get that spreading. Oh, thinning the paint out does a whole lot. Look at what it's doing to those colors there. Oh my word, look at that. It looks like an ugly stain. I'm certain that there are some people in chat right now who understand what it is that what I should be doing, how I should be painting instead. I think I'm just soaking the canvas, honestly. And I'm actually almost completely out of the paint that I mixed there. In fact, I think I am out of the paint that I mixed there. Let's go ahead and just clean off the knife a little bit. Get some more of that Van Dyke brown. A little bit of that green. There's a lot more green than brown in that. But you know what? I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. There we go. Load the brush up here. Try to do it nice and light. And I can't forget to thin the paint out just a teeny tiny bit. Again, no paint thinner here. No turpentine. I could make a nice Nuka-Cola quantum bomb with that turpentine and some Abraxo cleaner. But I ain't got none of that. It's just me and the dirty water that came out of the tap down the street. Same dirty tap that I drink out of whenever I've shot too many raiders. This was supposed to be a wasteland, but instead we're getting a nice wintry setting here. Go ahead, thin out some of this a bit more. There we go. This brush is far too small for what I'm trying to get done here. Ooh, that's dripping. Oh, that's drippy. Don't worry. I get down into that corner where there's no wet paint. Make certain to make it look okay. Just okay. We don't need it to look amazing. I actually took a painting class. Well, not a painting class, but an art class whenever I was in college. Didn't finish college, by the way. Barely passed the painting class. Well, drawing class. It was mostly charcoal. Just go ahead and grab up as much paint as I can. Make certain to get that horizon. Oh, there's nothing coming out of that brush now. Absolutely nothing coming out of that brush. I think I've painted my palette more than I've painted the canvas. Yep, absolutely nothing. We'll just take straight brown, whatever's left of it here, and we'll darken up right along here. And hey, look at that. That looks distinctly different. That looks distinctly different from the browns that I've put on this already. Oh, look at that. Oh boy. That's a wonderful sight to see. And it definitely shows you how little I know about painting. But it's happy. It's a happy, dirty wasteland. Go ahead and get a little bit out of that. I tell you, this room here, thanks to my wife, got a whole bunch of black drapery up here. It smells like a bunch of linen that's been inside of a storage container for 7 years. It's a nice smell. Gotta hand it to her. I wouldn't be doing this without her help. Okay, so we have a nice bluish sky and then a nice brown ground. The next step here is that we gotta do a destroyed town. So we actually get to change the type of brush that we're using. And the next step is to make a couple of buildings here. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to use a smaller knife. We're just going to scoop up a bit of that silver. And we're going to scoop up a bit of this black. I'm going to mix those up. Oh, that was too much black. Oh boy, was that ever too much black. Get more of this silver here. And go thin it out a bit. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this silver-black mixture to make the dark side of the buildings. A little bit like the dark side of the moon, but less Pink Floyd. There we go, nice and mixed. Okay. And then we're going to use the normal silver as the bright side of the buildings, okay? So just load that up right there. We don't want to go light on this. So I think the sun's going to come from this angle. We're just going to light up this side of the buildings, and then this side's going to be the dark, okay? So we'd go ahead and just... I don't have enough silver. I'm going to have to grab more out of the tube. There we go. Oh, I'm blending. Am I ever blending? Where's my silver? Don't worry, I got this. A lot more silver paint. There we go. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and make that bright side of the building. That's perfect. I'm getting lots of brown into it because blending isn't working out right. And you can see straight through the building too. That's the part that people don't realize. Sometimes, whenever you paint a landscape, the buildings turn out to be a lot more transparent than you intend them to be. But that's fine. That's just fine. Don't worry about it so much, yeah? All right, now let's go ahead and paint down some very dark shaded side of the wall. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell. It's fine. I didn't really think this through, but it's okay. Go ahead and load that up with a bit more silver. Maybe we can brighten that up just a little bit. Oh yeah. It's not looking much better. Some people were hopeful that I would put a death claw or something in here. If this is my attempt at a building, imagine how bad a death claw would turn out. But it's fine. Just go ahead and try to get my angles proper there. Go ahead and see if I can load up on a bit of, go ahead, wash that out a tiny bit. There we go. Oh, that's looking much better now. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Go ahead and load that up on some more of that silver there. And we try with this. There we go. Oh, I put the brush where I shouldn't have. But that's okay. There we go. And now, we can go ahead and get some of that off of that brush there. Wash it out again. Got to put a bit of a roof on it. I got some nice, I got some white left over here. Take a tiny bit of white. Oh, that's too much black. That's too much black. Don't worry about it. Now we can come through here. My perspective is all wrong. Look at this. Look at that. That's supposed to be a building right there. Don't you just love the way it looks? It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, wash that brush out plenty good. Make certain to make the most fiendish cocktail you've ever seen down in this glass down here. And go ahead and take my other brush and do that too. Don't want it to get too stained, yeah? All right. Okay, we have something that's resembling a landscape, but we've got other things that we have to worry about. We're supposed to have a fishery in here, which means we need a water feature. Now I've got plenty of blue left over, which is why we're going to go back to the same brush we did for that building there, And what we're going to do is we're just going to load it up with a huge amount of blue. Basically all the blue that I have off of my artist palette. Okay? And what we're going to do is just come in here and paint ourselves a nice little river. This paint appears to have already clumped up on me. That is a big clumpy mess. All right, we're just gonna make a nice little river here. See that? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that happy little river. Don't worry. It could be a wasteland, but this one's nice and blue. It's not polluted or nothing. You know why we have clean rivers? It's because of an organization called the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. They said, hey, how about we don't dump day old sewage in the river? That might be bad for our health. And we got healthier for it. All right. That's a nice little river right there, wouldn't you say? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, you couldn't paint a better river than that? And I did it in, what, 3 seconds? So remarkably easy. The acrylic is already drying on me. I'm not going to be able to blend any of this. Look at this. All right. Now that that's done, we got to put some sort of a cabin in here. But unfortunately, we're also in a town, so the cabin's not going to be made out of logs or anything. That in the ground looks awfully wrong. So, you know what? Maybe what we do is we make a nice little cabin that's made out of cement, because that's the type of place that we're looking at here. Go ahead and just... paint that in there. I might have to get myself some more silver. I might not have enough to make this work. There we go. And we can come back over here and paint the back wall like this. There we are. It's okay that I get a little bit of black rubbing off onto the brush. This is supposed to be the dark side anyway. Just a little bit of extra paint from something else is perfectly fine. Look at that. It's looking so much better than the other building. I've learned so much just between moving from one to the other. Oh, that's wonderful. Look at it. Okay. Go ahead and wash that off. Go ahead and grab that silver. Load up a little bit more. There we go. There we are. I got everything that I need up on that brush now. It's looking nice and solid. You can still see through the cabin though. You can still see through that cabin. Look at it. Oh, that's something else. But we got to put a roof on it. Now for the hard part. How do we put a roof on this? Well, I'll wash that brush out. How do we put a roof on this? I'm not entirely certain. Let's go ahead and just use this stuff down here that I was using on that other building. We're going to go ahead and just kind of pull up and we're going to pull down. There we go. There we go. You can't really see the difference between the front and the back of it. But there's our roof, all finished. Oh, that's looking real nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's beautiful. I couldn't be more prouder of myself. Okay, now that that's done, how do we know that it's a fishery? Well, it needs a fishing pole out front, all right? I don't know about you, but I've been around a lot of fishermen my whole life, and they really like having fancy fishing poles. And the ones that they typically end up using, if you got a lot of money, are made out of nice white. I'm gonna just go ahead and put a tiny little line into the water. This is the wrong type of brush to be doing it with, by the way. I should really be loading up this bad boy. Finer tip, go ahead and roll it. And then my coffee shaking hands, put that line into the water. Oh, but we're not done yet. I'll go ahead and wash that off a little bit. We can go ahead and grab just a teeny tiny bit of red. Small amount, not too much. There we go. And we put a nice little bobber right there in the river. See, you know that he's really hard at work there. He got a nice little bobber hooking up to his fishing rod. Okay, we got our fishery done. There we go. Wash that out. Okay. We have a fishery, and it's supposed to be a destroyed town. We'll have to make some more buildings. So we'll go ahead and grab even more silver. Silver turns out to be the absolute winner of today for the painting class. So, let's see, what do we got on that? Not too much. Nothing to really worry about. Okay, let's make some destroyed buildings now, yeah? Go ahead and grab this, load it up with paint. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here, just kind of pull down. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to make these walls nice and uneven. Because a destroyed building is supposed to be an imperfect building. It has hints of what it used to be, okay? Hints of what it used to be. And then we can come up the back side here. Teeny tiny bit of black in it. Blend that just a tiny bit more. See? That's a destroyed building right there. I can't tell what it is. And that's kind of the whole point. Can't see the difference. And my perspective is all off. Why would I want perspective though? Well, perspective just helps you make good choices in life. I don't need none of that. Who needs good choices in life, right? But it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we got a destroyed building. We could probably make a few more, but there's also something far more fun that we could be doing right now. Take a smaller brush here. We got to make a Nuka-Cola machine, okay? We got to make a Nuka-Cola machine. So what we're going to do here, and people are going to get real angry at me for this one, because I don't remember how a Nuka-Cola machine's supposed to look. So we're going to go ahead and just put it right out front here, okay? Go ahead and trying to get that paint on there without blending it too much. See? We got a nice little Nuka-Cola machine. Got to make certain that the top of it is nice and rounded. And also turn it into an utter and complete blob, because I've got too much wet paint. There we go. Get that in place. Get that Nuka-Cola machine right in there. And you see that? Okay, there's that. Let's go ahead and grab a smaller one, a really small one. Super fine tip. What is this? This is a studio number 2. This is a studio number 2. We're going to go ahead and, actually, I don't think I have enough white paint on this. Okay. Get a dollop of white paint. Oh, that's more paint than I meant to grab. That's like gripping the toothpaste tube way too hard. You got nothing but enormous tartar control inside of your mouth. Go ahead and work that to a fine tip. And then we're just going to go ahead and put a nice in on it. See? Oh, I picked up too much of the red there. That's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. Go ahead and load that back up. Load that back up with some white. There we go. That's the letter N. My foolish coffee shaking hands are just really not lending themselves to it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But you know what? We've got a whole bunch of white paint now. We got a whole bunch of yellow paint we haven't used either. So I'm going to improvise. I'm going to freestyle a little bit, if you know what I mean by that. Some freestyling. It's where you constantly just make things up as you go. Oh, there's a lot of dark paint left in that brush there, but it'll be fine. Okay, we need a nice pretty sun, okay? I'm gonna load this brush up, just absolutely load it up. We're gonna put a nice happy sun right up here, right in the corner. I gotta be careful. I don't want this to blend too much. There we go. We got a nice happy sun up in the corner, but we still got a lot of yellow paint to work with here, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna, oh, you know what I could do? Let's go ahead and switch over. That will do. That will do. Go ahead and grab this. Grab up some nice yellow. We're just gonna get some of this. Make it nice. Make some nice sun rays, you know. Go ahead and just show that the sun is shining. This wonderful, strangely brown winterscape. It's okay, it's fine. It's fine. You expected there to be snow? Maybe we could use some of this extra white that I put on my artist palette. You know, I never held one of these before today. The artist palette, that is. Oh boy. Try to get a little bit more of this yellow up here on the knife. There we go. There we go. I got a nice little sun now. Oh, that's a beautiful sight. Maybe it would be nice if it would just be a bit more even out that paint with the knife. All right, that's good. That's good. Okay. We have a nice happy sun in the corner. We got a nice Nuka-Cola machine there. You can't tell the difference. We got a couple more destroyed buildings to make, but I think that this is looking pretty good. What do you say we do something really crazy now, yeah? Now, I was actually given something extra here. Just a moment ago, a nice big brush. We're gonna go ahead and just load this up with some, let's load it up with green. Load this up with green, and we're gonna go ahead and put some nice little bushes. There we go. Load it up even more. Load up that brush. And make some nice little trees in there. You see that? Oh, that's what we like to see. I get a couple more nice semblance, just an idea of a tree. Get those in there. See? Oh, that's looking good. Do another one over here. Do I have enough paint? Do I want to go for more paint? I'm painting on a budget here. There we go. We got a couple nice trees and maybe a couple of bushes in there. There we go. See? Looks like a smudge, but it's a bush. That's a happy little bush. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and wash that off a little bit. All these years, I finally understand the value of turpentine. Why people use it so much. Why painters use it so much. Make no mistake, I'm no painter. Go ahead and grab this nice little brush again. And I got plenty of black here. Still got plenty of black on this artist palette. I'm gonna do something a little bit fun. And my shaky coffee hands they're gonna betray me for this. They're absolutely gonna betray me for this one. There we go. There we go. He's not a happy son. He's an angry son. It's just not what he wanted. Down here. Mr. Sunshine isn't happy. He's not melting the snow like he's supposed to, like he wants to. Which is where we come into the next great part. Take that same brush again. Go ahead. Grab some more white. And now we get to go ahead and, ooh, that might be too much paint there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of snow on the ground. I wanna be real light with this. See? Just a little bit of snow here and there. Get a little bit of it on the trees as well. Just a tiny little bit on the trees. There we go. And a tiny little bit on them bushes too. And now, try to, see? Looks like somebody sneezed on it. Not me. I don't have any allergies today. I got plenty of bad allergies from day to day, but not today. No bad allergies today. I've never taken an art class. Not for painting, anyway. But that's it. That's our beautiful, wonderful little thing there. You know what we could do is just a tiny little follow-up at the end here. Take this white, mix it with some amount of blue. Now that I've got a better brush to do this with, go ahead put a little bit of, just a tiny little bit of blue in there. There we go. Mix that up. Mix that up. Go ahead and complete that skybox a little bit. There we go. There we go. This is the last thing that you should ever do to a painting. Try to go back to the background whenever you've finished. But look at me. I'm a rebel. I break the rules. So there we go. I hope you guys liked it. My name is Rob Goss, and I did this as a reward for streaming for charity. Fallout for Hope, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Ooh-wee. Okay. Let's see here. Let's, I want you guys to be able to see the painting here. So I'm going to go ahead and swap the cameras. There we go. You get a better view of the camera. You get a better view of the canvas this way. Go ahead and scale that up. Look at that. How fancy. How lovely. Wait a minute. Filters. Oh, look at that. Whenever I turn the color correction back on, turn it off. Oh, that's beautiful. Finally, I can see. I can almost see the Nuka-Cola. Yeah, the colors are definitely coming through on the camera very different. So, oh my word. Oh, we. Okay, chat. I hope that you enjoyed. Oh my word. I also tipped you. Oh, okay. Okay. Did the sounds come through? I hope the sounds didn't come through because I meant to shut those off and I completely forgot to. Actually, if I switch over to the camera here. Yeah, okay, the things were shut off, so. No, they did not. Okay, cool, cool. Like I was hoping to not get any of the donation sounds, just because I'm hoping to maybe turn this into an edit that's more interesting than it is here. Man, AK Cleric tipped 1,000 bits. Man, 1,000 biddies. That's like what is it? $10? I think. I think that's $10. Yeah. Okay. And then I don't have my man. Okay. elements there. You have to be kidding me. Ugh, all right. I can't read any of the information unless I log in. You know how sometimes you'll like never have to log into a website, and then all of a sudden usually the most inopportune moment, the system will be like, oh no, now is the time that you have to re-log in. It's like one story if I'm setting up my stream, but it's a completely different story if my stream has been set up and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the way, you need to log in again, you plebeian fool. So that's where I'm at right now. Give me a moment. There we go. Finally. Jeez. Okay. I got through. Thank you very much for those $20 there, NB. Happy little accidents. Indeed. Indeed. Just happy little accidents. Nothing else. Wouldn't want anything else. Oh, my word. Okay. Now that that's done. Chat. Unfortunately, this is where the stream ends because this is like my whole office is in such a state of disarray. This has been a short stream. I'll see if I can come back later today because I definitely have the extra time. I was able to do a bunch of extra prep yesterday that I normally wouldn't have to do. I was able to do a bunch of stuff yesterday that I normally would have done today. But since I took off from my job in order to prep for this whole stream, I got a bunch of stuff. You like the space that you saw me painting in here was it's where that dresser with all of the setup is. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. You've been a wonderful and a lovely audience, and I hope that you enjoyed the novelty of this stream, even though I'm no good, as you saw, at painting. But the point was to have fun with it, and I definitely did that. So until next time, everybody, you've been a wonderful and a lovely audience. I will see all of you next time.
Your mic cut out when you changed scenes.